The Synod on the Amazon is coming to a close, giving church leaders meeting in Rome 3 more days to share their testimonies on the South American region.
A nossa contribuição para a ecologia integral não é tanto.
An archbishop from Brazil's lower Amazon region is one of the dozens of church leaders meeting for the past 3 weeks on how the church can provide the best pastoral and environmental care to the area. Pope Francis expressed the importance of many of the same issues when he wrote Laudato Si, an encyclical reflecting on the relationship between humans and the environment. Father Jostrom Isaac Curry-Tatum, coordinator for the Ecology and Creation sector of the Vatican's Department for Promoting Integral Human Development, joins us now from Rome. Father, thank you so much for being with us. Some church leaders have expressed concern that since Laudato Si, the encyclical, was published, there hasn't really been any follow-up. How is the church concretely using the teachings from Laudato Si around the world?
Yeah, it's a very relevant question. I mean, Laudato Si is indeed a landmark document from Pope Francis. And my own experience, our own experience at the dicastery, where I coordinate the sector on ecology and creation, is that sometimes this beautiful document is known perhaps sometimes more outside the church than within. So one of our primary tasks in the dicastery is to make Laudato Si known within the church, and not just at the level of knowledge, but the concern is to put Laudato Si into practice. And I would see the Amazon Synod is probably an example of this concern of Pope Francis and of the entire church, of taking care of our common home, and beginning with a very precarious area, the Amazon, and beginning with a set of communities probably among the greatest victims of the ecological degradation. So I would sort of see the Amazon Synod as an event that helps Laudato Si to come alive.
Well, Father, that sort of leads into my next question. Why should someone in other parts of the world, far away from the Amazon, be concerned with the Amazon region?
It's a very good question, and I suppose it's a question that pops up in the minds of many people. Now, I think the clue is in the very subtitle of the encyclical on care for our common home, and which means Earth is one home. In 1968, for the first time, we had the image, the photograph of the Earth from space, the Apollo mission, and what we call Earthrise, showing that Earth is one planet, was one home, where everything is connected. And ecological, environmental sciences tell us that in nature, everything is connected, the ecosystem, the water cycle, the carbon cycle. So what affects in one part of the world physically does affect another part of the world. We are there as one common family. And in a family, when something happens to someone, it affects the entire family.
Father, you had mentioned the indigenous people. How can the church evangelize in different cultures, different parts of the world, while remaining faithful to church teachings?
Yeah, very, very good question. Now, what we mean by evangelization. And that takes us to the word evangelion, that's in Greek, which means good news. And interestingly, the second chapter of the encyclical Laudato Si carries this title called the Gospel of Creation, that the entire creation is good news. It's God's revelation. So evangelization is taking this good news. And again, if you go to, it always struck me, the last words of Jesus in Mark chapter 16, that's the last chapter, and verse 15, Jesus' commandment to the apostles, to the disciples, go and preach the gospel to the whole of creation. I think that's probably one thing we have forgotten. We have forgotten to preach the gospel, the evangelion of creation to the whole of good news, to every creature.
So many important messages there, and obviously important topics that are being brought up at the Synod. Father Jostrom Isaac Curry-Tatum with the Vatican Department for Promoting Integral Human Development. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and God bless your work, and please keep up. Thank you very much.